Welcome back to Knicks Morning Coffee, episode 11. All right, it's been a while since we last talked. A few things have happened to the Knicks since then. We know by now that they are 1-4 to start the season. Some good things happened in that 1-4, but some things that will make you say the same old Knicks also occurred. We'll start with game one. Game one was San Antonio. Okay, we went down to San Antonio and we weren't expecting a great win, but we did go in thinking that with these new, pieces that we have and the excitement around RJ that we would kind of get, a better outing. Now they played San Antonio good, but it's just that little things that, sometimes even with the veterans like Julius Randle forcing the issue, the coach could have made way better decisions, down the stretch, just as opposed to who's going to get the ball and where they're going to get it. And that kind of cost us the game at the end. I mean, once you're in it and you fight back and you have a chance to win, that's when you got to start playing chess. You got to start matching wits with the other coach just to get us the victory. All right, but we took that, and then we move on. And Barrett had a great game in game one, too, to be a rookie. Then we move on to game two, which was the Nets, which was a highly anticipated game, because of the crosstown rivals. Now that same thing again with the coaching. Can't put it all on the coaching, but I blame Fizz for that loss because you have to put us in a position. You telling Randall coming with those little silly spin moves. Okay, it worked in the summer, but you haven't perfected it to use it in crunch time. The ball movement was terrible. The spacing was terrible. And now that's when you get the indecisions, and which end up costing us the game. Now, it was a nice learning lesson for Barrett because he guarded Kyrie a lot down the stretch. And, aside from that step back or step to the side jumper that Kyrie hit, he did pretty good. So Barrett's going to learn in this league, in this new NBA that you got to guard up on people. Because
he was guarding Kyrie up in the first two quarters, but then you got to play Uncle Drew in the last two quarters.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he been doing that since he was in Cleveland. But it's just the fact that this new NBA guys are going to shoot it no matter what. I don't care how much D you think you got on. They're going to put the shot up because it's a numbers game. And that was just like a little too easy for Kyrie just to step to the side and just pull a routine practice shot. But Barrett will learn from that. He'll learn from that, and then he'll grow, and he'll be much better for it. But he showed out in Brooklyn. Knox woke up a little bit for us to see what he's going to be, during the Nets game. But I'm kind of having a problem with having Randall and Morris at times in at the same time. Because they kind of doing the same thing, and they both kind of doing hero ball, and we're not going to win with them doing hero ball. Now, when you feel it, and then you just, as a basketball player, you get in that zone, you think, I got my man, I'm taking him. But when you're just coming down and just looking for your shots and just gunning them up, that's not going to work for us. Not with this team. All right, then we move on to game three. Game three, y'all know, was the Boston game. Which that fourth quarter turned out to be a blowout game, and that was the game that everybody was calling for the coach's head. And I was mad just like everybody else, frustrated, but I don't know if I'm ready yet to see that Fizz gets fired. I would like to see him weather this storm, because I'm still leery of, is it Fizz's team or is it still Steve Mills and Scott Perry's team? Because if he's got the green light to really coach to win, I really believe this team can do some things. But if they still coaching solely just to develop, then we're not going nowhere.
Yeah, I just want to know the difference between, is it player willpower or is it the actual coaching? That's what we were talking about earlier. Like, it don't seem like it's coaching. It seems like they just ball it. Like, that's what they're doing. They just running up and down the court doing stuff.
Yeah, well, looking at some of the games, and you can tell from watching Fizz on the sideline that he's running some plays. I don't know what what's the outcome of Is it just to get into an offense and then freelance, or is it to freelance and then? But you can see his hand motioning for some plays. Now the players, if you don't give them direction, and if you don't send players out there with some marching orders, especially the point guards, then we're going to be all over the place. So Fizz, it's just that when it's crunch time or when you see the game starting to get away from you and you need a basket or you need to stop, this is what you get paid for. You got to stop the bleeding, or you got to try to push the tempo to get the lead. And when you got Randall and Morris out there, it's when Randall is basically playing the point forward, which I also thought would be a good idea. But again, if he's just pushing just to get the ball up court and then just hand it to a guard, we wasting so much time and spacing. If he's got to push, take it off the rim, push it to make a play. Get into the lane and make a play. Otherwise, we just wasting time. And then we can use your athleticism, Randall, out on the wing. So when the guards are pushing it, now you're the recipient, to do whatever you do. But again, that loss, and the Knicks actually played them pretty good, because who would think a guy like Marcus Smart is going to come out there and start gunning like he's, the Lakers Kobe. He was putting them up with no respect for us, no respect for our defense. But again, that's not really his MO. So, what do you kind of do when an unknown shooter come out there and start gunslinging and making them? And that's what Smart was doing to us. So, okay, we took that loss, So those first 3 games, they played tough until the fourth quarter of the Boston game. And then it just fell apart. But, there's no moral victories in what happened. We brought in some veterans so that some of those things don't happen. All right, so we 0-3. Things are not looking good. And then now we got Chicago coming in for game number 4. So you get a home game against Chicago, and you start out laying a dud. 33-15. At one point, they had us starting the game, and I don't know where. Now, if anything, I thought that's when, I was so mad at Fizz, he got to go. Because you're just letting this stuff happen. We're not just missing shots. We're not even getting shots up to the rim. And that just can't happen in today's game. You got to have a plan, or at least get your shooters in position to shoot. And then lo and behold, we skip to the second half, and then we start seeing, okay, Barrett has a go-to move, which we kind of knew, driving left and holding that ball down by his waist, and at the last minute, flipping it up high with control. So, that's impressive for a rookie to have, a grown man move like that he can go to anytime he get ready. Because right now, nobody can stop him because he's like a strong bull. But we start moving the ball, and we inching our way closer. And again, Randall, when he went out the first time, I thought it was good because he was trying to do too much. I don't know who said something to him on the bench. I don't know if it was an assistant coach, which is a whole nother story we're going to get to at some point. But when he came back in the game, he came back in down the stretch with a purpose of looking for his man. My shots aren't falling. My spin move is kicking off my leg. And then we started finding Bobby Portis Jr. open all over the court and giving him the time and space, to do what we all know he could do. The man can score. So now we putting him in position to score now. And he's taking his man off the dribble. When somebody drives, he's sliding into the open spot to get the shot. One of the best things I actually like is that when he got one of the balls that they threw to him out on the wing, and then he gave the head pump fake, have the man fly over, step to the side, and take the shot. We see teams doing this to us all the time. And finally, it was just so refreshing to see us come out and play a decent, even though it was really one quarter, play a decent brand of basketball. That now, I'm hyped. Like, if I could see that for 48 minutes, then in my mind, we on our way. And coach got to make sure that everybody's in a place on the court so that kind of stuff can happen. And to see Randall get the ball at the foul line, extend it, and then turn, make his move, draw 2, and the simple kick, I love it, And then finally, I saw Ellington late in the second quarter come off some screens. So, and hit some shots. So, that's the kind of stuff we got to do. We 1-4, and then, and then tonight we play Orlando, and then we're going to take it from there. So, again, let me hear what y'all think. Like, comment, and subscribe. When the numbers are up, then, then I feel like I'll be worthy just to go live for y'all, and we can sit and chit chat for an hour. All right. So until next time, peace.